Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to the internet and welcome to my channel. It's me, Odio, and I'm here to do a review for you. And it is the big grand finale, X-Men 97, Tolerance is Extinction, Part 3. This is it. The whole season is building up to this final episode. Well, the entire season so far has literally been stupendous. I have loved it. If you were a kid that watched this in the 90s, you are welcome. This show in 2024 is just holding up awesome. The action's fun, the intrigue is there, there's love, there's mystery, there's characters brought back, there's real stakes. This is fantastic. Bo DeMaio is going through some of the old comics like mad. Like you see a lot of storylines from the old graphic novels. He's obviously a fan, and it's really, really good up to this point. And for the finale, we're coming in hot with a lot of action. So for this epic episode, we start off back in the past. Charles Xavier and Eric, Magneto, are there, and they're talking to each other. And it's really cool. It's kind of how they first meet, and they're talking about, have you ever met a mutant? I've never seen another mutant. And then Xavier confesses that he's a mutant, and then Magneto confesses he's one too that can bend metal. He has a nice line saying how it's easier to bend metal than it is to bend people's minds, to accept mutants, basically. And he's been through a lot, so it's really nice to see them there together, and it's really nice to see some of their backstory. And I was like, wow, are we in a flashback or what's going on? But it starts to come together. You realize this bar in World War II, this is actually a mind trap. Xavier is in Magneto's mind. He even mentions in a fun way, welcome to your own mind, because it's Magneto's mind that they're in, and he's got to try to lead him back because at this point in time, he's not leading him back. He's in his mind asking him to undo what he's done. The magnetic surge that's destroyed the Earth, all the power's gone out. It's also shut down all the Sentinels, so it's not all bad, but it's pretty bad overall for the human race. But Magneto just won't do it. And Xavier says, I can make you do it, but it might break both our minds. It might break your mind. It's a huge risk. Please don't make me do that. But Magneto makes him do that. So he does. Xavier takes control of his mind and forces Magneto to undo the pulse that has destroyed the Earth's power. And it happens, and then all of the Sentinels wake back up. And the people that don't wake back up are Xavier and Magneto, because what they feared could happen, I believe, has happened to Magneto. And they kind of stay in there, and Xavier is going to be trying to lead him back. But now that the power is back, that also means, oh yes, Bastion's Sentinels are back. So it's pretty shocking to see that Bastion has everyone held hostage. He's got everyone in a bad position. Jean Grey is being drowned in a lake. Sinister is there with them. They've pretty much won the battle. Now with all the Sentinels awaking, they are sending them all over the Earth. And there's a lot of really cool fights. You get a lot of really nice cameos. Some Avengers are there. You see Iron Man. You see Captain America. You see them there in Wakanda attacking Black Panther. And his dad's still alive, so it was cool. I would like to see them keep going with more of this. But yeah, you get a lot of cameos, and you just see all the Sentinels are all alive, and they're attacking everyone on Earth. They're basically a slave to Bastion. They invented a collar, and it was going to prevent Bastion from communicating with the Sentinels, but it was destroyed on the ground, and there he was lording over them. They were all being held, and he was pretty much saying they were going to kill him, and how mutants could not coexist, and they were going to make us extinct. So it's pretty heavy. It's really cool. He looks awesome. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get a real exciting moment. Then we get an extremely exciting moment where the unstoppable Phoenix, Jean Grey, awakens from the lake and comes out at full power. She's sending out psychic telekinetic blasts. She restores that collar, sticks it on Bastion, so all the Sentinels are now just dropping out of his control. She's like, these people didn't sign up to be your slave. It was awesome. I always love seeing the Phoenix. She is like the most powerful. And Bastion, even though he loses control of all the other Sentinels, it doesn't kill him. It doesn't hurt him in any, what you can see as any physical way. But that connection is broken, so all the Sentinels are no longer under his control. But he's still fighting like a savage. Bastion goes and he rips off Cable's arm. Cable's from the future, because he was going to kill him, and Mr. Sinister's like, no, I want him. But Jean, when Jean becomes the Phoenix too, she goes after Sinister and she gets like a crazy revenge. She removes all the other mutant powers that Sinister has collected over the years to make him look young and everything. And now he looks like an enfeebled old man trying to run away. He's lost all his powers. He even begs. He's like, please, no. But Jean doesn't care. She's unstoppable as the Phoenix. And she just removes all his powers. It was really cool to see. But when Bastion comes back, even with that collar on, he's really powerful. He knocks down Jean. They're fighting something like it's from the future, pretty much. He grabs Cable's arm, and he actually uses it to like upgrade himself, turns it into like some sort of liquid jelly, and like puts it all over his body and becomes a new form of himself. And he's like, that's it. The humans don't get another chance, and the mutants, I'm going up to throw Asteroid M at them. So he's just taking off all of a sudden, going up to get Asteroid M and throw it down on Earth and basically destroy all of civilization. So the stakes are pretty high this time, yeah. So when Bastion's on the way up there to grab Asteroid M and throw it down on Earth, Rogue comes out to fight him and she is mad. She is attacking him like, say his name, Remy! She punches him in the face and like just goes after him. She's doing good damage on him too, but he's just able to recover from everything, and he comes back at her real hard. Sunspot comes out of nowhere, has to like save her. He's got some great attacks going this episode too. He has some good moments with Jubilee. He actually apologizes for his actions when they fought the other episode. He now realizes, they're all one. They have to work together to try to fight Bastion because he's got a plan that's going to kill everyone. While this is going on, Xavier and Magneto are still in his mind. They look like they're in an ocean. There's like a boat with Rogue and everyone coming to save them on. The water's really, really cold. Magneto's afraid he's going to get swept away, and Xavier is there telling him, like, no, come back. He's trying to lead him back, hold his memories together. He's trying to remember his parents and all kinds of other things. The ocean starts overwhelming them, and Xavier says, I won't leave you no matter what. If it goes over you, it'll go over me, and we're going to surface together, kind of saying I'm with you to the end. It's really neat, and the whole episode, they're fighting to try to resurface, not just in the water, but out of the consciousness too, right? So really nice to see them get together there. Again, they have a great conversations there together. It's fun to watch. Interesting too if you've been an X-Men fan since the 90s. But the old action-tastic Bastion reaches the asteroid because he defeats Rogue and Sunspot. And when he gets there, he's facing off against Nightcrawler, Jubilee, and Cyclops. Great fight up here. Really cool moment. Cyclops gets some strong blasts in on him. Jubilee and him have a great moment where she's dodging, gets her glasses broke. Nightcrawler's like teleporting him around and stuff. It's awesome. But like Bastion, at one point, they comment like it's like we're fighting the future. We're fighting the inevitable, right? Like there's nothing we can do. When you have to fight the future incarnate, that's what you do. You fight the future. It's really cool. He's upgraded himself with Cable's arm. He's part Sentinel, and he's a lot of dangerous. And then in the middle of a very serious fight, we have one absolutely hilarious moment. He says, one thing I have you don't is my family, and they will always be with me. As you see a big giant Sentinel come in, and nowhere, it just stomps on him like, bang, comes down and just crashes on him with a foot. And it opens up, and you see it's like Beast and everybody's in there. Kind of like Team Rocket, where they're like driving a giant Pokemon. Well, they're in the Sentinel, and Beast stays in there trying to crush him, while all the X-Men gather together to face off against Bastion. Because he's unstoppable. And even with the Sentinel stepping down on his body, he's still trying to stand up. He's still talking trash. He still wants to fight. Like, this guy will never stop. He thinks his reign of death is inevitable, and they must all face him or die in his fury. The X-Men then realize they're never going to defeat Bastion, so they try to reason with him. Cyclops kind of figures, well, we got to try to talk to him. This isn't going to work. And he says, Xavier did reach out. Your mom never told you. Like, we were talking to your mom. We were at her house and everything, right? And he's like, what does it matter? You think I want to be on your side? I'm trying to kill you and you're asking me to join you? And Rogue's like, come on now. It's not like that. But he just doesn't want to listen. And they're like, but you got to. We got to all get together. We can't end it like this. And he says, it doesn't matter what you think. Humans don't even want to have kids like us. And when they look out the window, missiles are coming. It's the Magneto protocol. They had this set up so that if he ever tried to use that asteroid to come down on him, they could shoot it. And shoot it they did. The missiles hit, the missiles explode, and even though the X-Men are almost kind of winning, the asteroid's now going down. So it's really neat though. Jean Grey creates a telekinetic bubble to try to protect everyone, and Cyclops is reaching out to Bastion join us, come in here, live. And he just kind of looks at them like, nah. and just takes a missile to the face, disappears at an explosion. I'm sure to return at a future date, but not this date. That is pretty much the end of him. And then the asteroid's going down, and they realize it's not just going to kill humans, it's not just going to kill mutants, it's going to kill Earth. And they all live there, so they don't want that to happen. So they all try to work out a plan where they can stop it. Cyclops wants everyone to leave. He's going to sacrifice himself and try to take out the asteroid on the way down. But Beast develops a plan and says, no, we don't want to do that. Let's just all work together and try to save this. You get another couple of cameos of some of the X-Men and the Avengers and things like that. I actually saw Mr. Fantastic at one point, but I think it was just Morph turning into him to try to reach something. But anyway, this asteroid is rocketing down towards Earth. The president is really regretting shooting the asteroid down because he realizes what a bad choice it was. Captain America tried to talk him down out of it, but he decided to do it anyway. And it ended up being a really bad call on the president's part. And now it looks like Earth is about to die. And only the mutants that you just tried to shoot can save you. Who looks dumb now? So as they all team up and they're trying to save the Earth and destroy the asteroid, they realize they're probably not going to be able to do it, but they're still going. Beast is freaking out and everything. And then finally, Xavier and Magneto, they wake up. And even with all the other mutants together, they couldn't stop this asteroid. Magneto can, though. Just him alone. When he wakes up, he's awesome in this show. He's awe-inspiring. Every time you see him come out, every time you see him attack or do something, every time Magneto comes out, it's awesome. He's drawn really, really awesome. He's gripping in his conversations with Rogue. He's got like these really nice megalomaniac vibes when he takes over the X-Men, but he's still trying to save the whole world. And here he is again showing his power. Like even when he put the whole Earth off its axis or just destroyed all the power, he still just showed he did that alone, and nobody else could fix it except him. That's the power level he has. So even an asteroid hurtling towards Earth, not a problem. You see Rogue and Jean Grey and everyone was trying to keep it all from hitting the Earth. As soon as he wakes up, whole asteroid just takes it on himself, shoots it back up into space, and out of nowhere you have this crazy colored explosion. It looked like, I don't know, it looked kind of like the fireworks from the Dune 2, but almost like that ink colored one on the planet Giddy Prime. But it was very colorful and cool. I rewound it and watched it twice. It looked really neat. It was like an explosion, but not an explosion. So I don't think they're dead. But yeah, it just ends like that. I was like, okay, wow, is that the conclusion? So then we cut away from them. And so obviously Asteroid M does not hit Earth. So we cut away 6 months into the future. 6 months in the future, you see Forge and you see Bishop. They're looking for the mutants. They've got a big chart there, and they realize that they can't find them anywhere on Earth. They don't know where they are. Then they realize, you know why they can't find them? Because they've been lost in time. Something's happened. It's kind of shot the X-Men through time. Sounds cool. There's not enough left in this episode for anything really cool to happen, but it's a great cliffhanger to end on. But it doesn't quite end there. You get to see that Rogue and Nightcrawler, and also Beast, Xavier, and Magneto, they're all in 3000 BC, like old Egyptian times. So they go there and they're fighting off these people who are being oppressed. They're fighting off the people that are attacking them. And they're like, where are we? And then they see, I think it's Nabin Sur, Apocalypse. He's there, and they run into him, and it was fantastic to see him. I really like the idea of moving into one of his comics next. And in 3960 AD, Cyclops and Jean, they're in the far future. Looks kind of like a wasteland, like a Mad Max style environment. You see a bunch of people coming up with hoods over them and stuff. And all of a sudden, they reach out to their leader, Nathan. He says, these people seem okay. I think it might be their son. And so it's really cool ending. You can see that we've got a lot of threads we can still pull going forward. And even after the credits, I went to the end of the credits just in case. And present day Genosha. And who do we see? Apocalypse. So we don't know what he's doing there, but he would be aware of the future because they had been there in the past. So I don't know where they're going to go. I think there's going to be a season 2. I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I'm pretty sure there is. And honestly, great episode. Great way to end the season. I didn't find it as good as episode 9, but it was still fantastic. This season overall has been amazing. I really enjoyed it. 15-year-old me had a great time watching the X-Men, and I'm having a great time here again. I recommend it to anyone to watch the old show. I know the viewership hasn't been that great from what I've been seeing online, but the people that have watched it, I'm sure, are loving it because it is the bomb. It is the bomb diggity dom. I loved it. Had a great time watching it. Would watch it again. Would recommend it to anyone who's a fan of the X-Men. Really looking forward to another season. And this was my first show I did on my channel. And I got to say, I got right to the end of it. And I kept coming back every week, excited to see more. So it's a super easy recommend. I give this like a 9 out of 10. It's one of the best shows, probably the best cartoon show I've seen this year. And I watch a lot of cartoons. But thanks so much for your time and listening. It's fun, everybody. Really appreciate that. And remember, everyone, stay out of trouble.